In this lesson, we will understand what is recursion in C language. We will also see an example. Let us start. Recursion in C is a programming technique where a function calls itself directly or indirectly to solve a problem. Recursion can simplify your code for problems that include recursive structure like tree traversal, factorial calculation, Fibonacci sequence and others. Recursion functions are more readable. It makes your code efficient and reduces the line of code. Here is an example displaying factorial. We have shown the recursive calls. Initially, let's say you are trying to find 7 factorial. So when your function, let's say your function name is calc. In the first call, the value 7 will be sent. In the second call, the value 6 will be sent with the previous 7. In the next call, the value 5 with the previous 6 and 7. In this way, it will calculate your recursion. That is 7 factorial in this case. Let us see an example to understand the recursion concept. Here is our VS Code. We created the following folder for all our C files. Let us create a new file. Right click, new file, demo36.c. Add the comments. Here is the main function. Let us create a function. We can add the name calc like we saw before, but let's say I'll change it to factorial function. Okay. We will pass an integer variable n, and within that, if n is greater than equal to 1, okay, if n is greater than equal to 1, we will return. Else, if it is less than 1, it will return 1 for factorial 0, because factorial 0 is 1. Comments. Okay. Now let us add the condition here. This will be a recursive call. N into the same function, fact func. So function inside a function, n minus 1. Okay. And semicolon. This is a recursive call. Let us now call the function. It is having a return type int. So we will pass the value now. Let's say 7 factorial. So this will be passed. And printf the result. %d for the number, that is format specifier for the integer. And the return value. Now it looks fine. Save. Right click, run. Okay, it printed the output correctly, but it is showing a warning. So to fix this, just before int main, we can set the function prototype like this. Let's see now. Right click, run. Now you can see there is no error. So in this way, guys, we can find the factorial of a number with recursion. The main function calls the fact func function to compute the factorial of 7. The result of the function call is stored in the variable res, which is then printed here. If the value of n is 0, the function returns 1 because factorial 0 is 1. If n is greater than or equal to 1, the function returns n multiplied by the result of fact func n minus 1, effectively breaking down the problem into smaller subproblems until it reaches the base case. So these are the recursive calls. Okay, first the value of n will be multiplied with the fact func n minus 1, that is 7 minus 1 6. This is recursion. Then in the next recursive call the value is currently 6. Okay, so in the next recursive call it would be the last one into fact func n minus 1, that is the value of n was now 6, therefore 6 minus 1 5. In this way the recursive call goes on, and in the end we will get 7 factorial 5040. So in this way recursion works in C. So guys, we saw how to work with recursion in C language. We also saw an example. Thank you for watching the video.